When most people go into the office as mayor into a community or city, they really don't realize they know they're going to have challenges. But you talk about a challenge. It happened with the tornadoes of 2007 that moved through Sumter County in the city of Americus. Joining me is Barry Blount. He's been mayor since January of '06, and that's kind of an understatement, isn't it, saying that, because you got more than your feet wet being mayor.
Yeah.
Talk about a challenge within seconds.
Well,
Mother Nature gave you one, didn't she?
And, we didn't realize how big of a challenge till, you know, we started hearing all the reports of where the tornado had touched down, and you heard it hit around the hospital, but we did not realize it had hit directly at the hospital.
Well, Mayor, can we back up a little bit? And when that happened and all the reports started coming in and you're trying to direct people, they're scared, you know, there's physical injuries, people have lost their houses, their businesses. Where do you start? What is the protocol, if you can remember exactly the protocol followed that particular night and into the wee hours of the morning?
Well, you know, I can't remember the sequence of events as how they all unfolded. I got a call about 9 o'clock that the tornado had hit, and made my way to the public safety building through the down trees and power lines. It was kind of an obstacle course to get down there. And once there, we just started receiving reports about where the tornado had hit and trying to ascertain, you know, making sure that the injured were taken care of, making sure that we didn't have any more dead than what we had already been told. And thank the good Lord, you know, we only had 2 fatalities, and 2 lives lost is too many, but we were very fortunate in that aspect. So, you know, we had a lot of help come in early on to help us, not only that night, but the next morning, and helping us with the cleanup effort and making sure that, you know, we were getting things done. Had a lot of law enforcement here to make sure we, you know, had all that under containment. So it was a challenge. It wasn't something that I had ever anticipated we'd have to face, because after all, the Indian tale was that Americus was on a hill and they would be hit by a tornado. And so I guess we put that law to rest that night.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just feel very fortunate and blessed that we had all the outside help that we had to come in and help us.
You know, we can remember the pictures and seeing everything, and things that just pop into my mind, the different neighborhoods, of course, the hospital, the shopping areas, Winn-Dixie, other stores, you know, were heavily damaged. And when you try to decide, or, you know, make choices on, should we start over in the same area where we've always been? Should we say, okay, we're not going to rebuild this? Because I know you have to meet with corporations and companies to know where to start. But did a lot of people say, you know what, we're going to pitch in, we're going to clean up and get life back to normal and stay where we are, try to rebuild where we are? Did you hear that a lot?
We did. We did. You know, that we're going to get through this, and, you know, we're going to rebuild, and we're going to be fine, and we're going to be better than we were before March 1st. And so that was the attitude that I think the entire community had. You know, we're going to deal with this, and we're going to, you know, be a better community when after we've gone through this.
And you probably didn't have to go out seeking help from people. You probably had, at some points, more than you could handle. Sometimes with just people wanting to do something.
Sure. We had people showing up with their tractors, their backhoes, their axe, nothing at all, just saying, what can I do to help? I remember Jeff Sr., a fraternity brother of mine, who's the county commission chairman down in Darty County, called me and said, you know, whatever you need, you got, you know, and just said, we're going to send material and manpower up there to help you clean up.
That's what people are supposed to do, no matter where you live.
Just very fortunate to have, you know, and that's just one example. We had many cities and counties that
tornadoes came through in the night back in March of 2007. It's been a little over a year. If people, excuse me, when they come through Americus maybe for the first time today, can they still see a lot of where the tornado actually hit? Or are some people surprised that this town was ever even damaged, unless they go to like the hospital or something like that?
I think the feeling is that, you know, we can't tell that the tornado ever hit. You know, y'all cleaned up, and truthfully, they can't believe that we've cleaned up as fast as we've cleaned up. Obviously, there are some areas that are left bare, with the hospital being a prime example, where the hospital was torn down. But you know, by and large, unless you'd been to Americus before, the biggest change is the lack of trees. You know, there were a lot of areas that were covered in tree cover, and you know, we can't replace those trees overnight. It's like replacing buildings.
But hopefully the neighborhoods are getting back to normal. The different parks, that even though there are fewer trees, the parks are back open, and businesses hopefully are back and running.
Businesses are back open and running. Winn-Dixie is going to open again at the end of this month, or the 1st of June. And so yeah, pretty much everything's back to normal. We did do a fundraising effort to regreen the committee. I mean, regreen the community, and public areas. And
well, hopefully that was your trying time as mayor.
Yeah.
With that tornado, you don't ever have to repeat that at all because Mother Nature just changed so many lives within seconds.
It does.
But America's people are strong here, and they bounced back.
Yeah.
Glad we could help.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yes,
they have a lot of dedications. A dedication going on this weekend, is that right? Around the city, with the hospital as well.
Yeah, we're
different special
yeah,
things
we're going to have
on?
Yeah, we're having this as hospital, Sumter Regional Hospital Day on Friday.
Okay, glad we can be a part of it.
Thank you.
Good luck to all of you here in Sumter County as you continue with life in this part of the state. Back to you, the News Desk.